The title of the speech is A Watch Pot Never Voice. A watch pot never voice, a one told Master Lin Min.
In life, I believe I have amazing experiences. I have an opportunity to climb Mount Kinabalu. I have an opportunity for people to say, how old are you? You don't look as old as you think. Even today. But one of the most amazing experiences for me is actually just being a mother. Being a mother. It's easy, just like that, but bringing up children is another thing. It's not easy. And I've spent time of trial and error and trial, lots of trials, lots of errors, as a mother. Children are always full of surprises. Do your best when they're in their formative years, but as teenagers, as one person often expressed, are at like work in progress. And from my experience working with teaching teenagers and also with my two children, I'd like to share with you today an experience I had with my son. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Let me take you back 8 years ago, the time when my son, then 14 years old, my son Alex, whom some of you have met in the Beechcraft, a very gentle lad, a little bit cautious in life. So dear father and me sat in the living room and we thought of a scheme to try and make life for our son a little bit more exciting. We decided we'd send him to the Outward Bound School. Now the Outward Bound School is a place where you have adventures and it trains you to have leadership training. That was before the NS, the National Service. So that was our plan for our dear little son who we really loved. Send him out for 10 days. Nice plan? Good plan. But before that plan was put into action, we decided that we'd get him to do something important. He needed to make decisions. So one evening I chatted to my son. We were in the living room. And I said, hey Alex, hey, I've got your list here. It says you've got to get a pair of new shoes, right, to go trekking and go kayaking. What do you reckon? If I give you 50 ringgit, can you go out tomorrow, go to KL, buy your own shoes? And he goes, no problem, Mum, no problem. So I gave him 50 ringgit. He was smiling away. Right. So the next day, off he went, very happily, 50 ringgit in his pocket. And the day went by. Come afternoon, I was sitting in the back kitchen area, and I heard the front door go clank, and I tinkled the keys. It was quiet. I said, hey Alex, you home? There wasn't any sound. Okay. I went out into the living room to investigate. Then I saw him sitting down on the settee, and he had a parcel in his hand. I went, oh, you've got what you were supposed to get? And he looked at me and went, well, Mum, not quite. I went, well, what do you mean? Well, I didn't quite get the shoes, but I got a nice shoe bag. I went, well, it would help if you had shoes in it. Okay, so it didn't work. But I'm a person who likes to give people second chances, right? So, but by that time, though, he had unwrapped his parcel, he was showing a shoe bag to me. Then I heard a thumping on upstairs, and the sister, who's a couple of years older, a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more confident, bounded down the stairs. Her name's Naomi. And she went, oh, you got a new shoe bag. That's a nice shoe bag, Mum. Where'd you get it from? And Alex told the sister, went, but it would have been nice if it had a shoe in it. So I went, okay, plan B then. Maybe if I asked the sister, Naomi, do you reckon tomorrow you go with Alex into town and you show him around and let him get some shoes to decide for himself? The kids need to decide, right? So it's, Alex, here's another $50. Do you reckon you can go into town and buy your own shoes? Yeah, no problem, Mum. very confident. All right then, second chance. Off he went the next day. As usual, I'm in the back. Heard the clank again, the door. I went in. There he was, sitting triumphantly, a pair of shoes. Sister had gone, how odd, because she had an appointment. So, oh, you got your shoes. Wow, great, show it to me. I took off the parcel, bits and pieces, opened the shoebox. Oh, he held out the shoes and went, oh, not bad, North Star. Now here's me thinking you should have got Barter shoes a little bit cheaper. But no, kids make their own decisions. Mothers, we need to let kids make their own decisions. So, oh, you got North Star, they're nice, really modern. How much did they cost? He said, 53 ringgit. I went, 53 ringgit? Okay, right, where have you got the extra money from? Okay, but it worked out, you got his shoes. I went, oh gosh, I'm so pleased you got your own shoes. And then he said, well, but Mum. I said, what do you mean, but Mum, what's the matter? And he just said, but they don't fit. They don't fit? Oh, you want to calm a bit then, something. What do you mean they don't fit? He said, well, it happened like this. We were looking at the shoes and Gede, I don't know the name, but Gede, my sister, she said, try these, and I quickly tried them, and they kind of fitted, and then she said, okay, they look all right. I said, okay, I'll get your shoes out. Yeah. And then she dashed off, and then I was too embarrassed to tell the salesperson I didn't want these shoes. But you can't go and wear those shoes, and that will go with you. So uncomfortable. What are you going to do? He said, Mum, don't worry. I'll go tomorrow. I'll change them, okay? Calm. Okay, it's a good idea. You don't want to make them all upset, right? So, third time lucky. I believe third time lucky, off he went. So to make a long story short, at that stage, I believe, he came back, he succeeded, and he did get his shoes. By a lot of trial and error on both sides, a little bit expensive on my account, I hadn't envisaged that. But I think, as parents, we've got to keep giving opportunities for our children to try and to make decisions, even when they're young, as teenagers. Because if we're forever making decisions for them, if I was to go and actually go to the shop and say, okay, you have to try these shoes on and buy them for him, will he learn in life to buy his own taste? Or is it better that he did it himself? So, like, you know, if you keep watching them all the time, you don't give them the space to grow. You've got to let them grow. And that's something my husband and I have always practiced with our children. It's like a watch pot. They'll never boil. It won't happen. Just don't leave them alone. So if you ever become a parent, that's your decision. The choice is yours. Back to you.